All right, guys, this is when to flip a play in Madden. Okay, so before we saw that Manu was able to dot him up the middle of the field because of the type of defense he's playing is putting a lot of stress on the user to not only, you know, normally you put a lot of stress on the user laterally, but he's putting a lot of vertical pressure on this user, this guy Lalo, is putting a lot of pressure on himself to cover the middle of the field vertically. So the natural inclination here is to try to scheme things open deep middle, and then actually, you know, obviously have routes underneath to kind of bait the user down, and then we can throw over his head for deep conversions. But if you remember, we had the post coming from the left side before. We hit it once, and then on a subsequent play, we tried to throw it again. The user was actually able to make it up and pick us off. That's not what we want, obviously. So this is when to flip a play. Now, you've exhausted your options. Your opponent is playing great Mabel coverage, which means they have a flat, a hard flat, and they have like an intermediate flat. So they have it at both intervals. They're taking away these corners. They're taking away this table route. And really only things that's going to get open are check downs and deeper routes, as long as they don't have a middle third. And if they put a middle third, then they're going to have like a really slow rush. And then you can start getting route bumps and stuff like that, or route break, like they're going to break off their route and come back and run around, and you have space to throw stuff. So they can't really take away rushers. So this guy's playing pretty aggressive with his Mabel coverage, and then just kind of forcing himself to take away Kelsey and Hill at the same time. Very dangerous game he's playing, because now he's used to seeing the post from the left, and then this is very smart of Manu to then go ahead and flip the play and now have the post coming from the right side of the field. So let's see how it plays out. So he's actually going to block the running back because he knows he's going to be Mabeling regardless. And he actually does send heat. He sends heat, but then very smartly there, possession catches, gets a very nice gain right there. So guys, again, if your opponent is showing you that they're going to adjust their user and not necessarily their they're set on their defensive adjustments, and then they're going to just start adjusting their user, that's the time to start getting creative with your offensive adjustments. You know they're going to be coming out of Mabel, but you know their user is more of a wild card. So start throwing in things that confuses their actual user post-snap as opposed to pre-snap confusion. So there's a bunch of different elements that go into a successful game plan on offense and defense in Madden and football. But in this video, we're touching on how to confuse your opponent's user post-snap. So I hope you've found today's video helpful. That being said, guys, I'll see you in the next one. But until then,